Hello, everyone. Okay, so this is going to walk you through everything you need to do now that you've learned all about how to collect data, how to take data, and a little bit more about Ethan. Now we're going to get into actually taking our data on Ethan now that you've completed your operational definition. So follow me as I walk you through step by step what you're going to need to do. Let me go ahead. I'm going to share my screen with all of you. Okay, so now I'm in your class. You'll notice I'm looking at it as a student, so that way I can find everything that I need. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to where it says Start Here. I'm going to click on Start Here, and I'm going to go down to Key Assessment. Do you see where it says that right there? See it right there on the side there, okay? So actually, I'm going to go ahead and see if this will allow me to do it. So right here where it says Key Assessment, that's where I'm going to go. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to the functional behavior analysis. That's Key Assessment Part 1. I'm going to go ahead and look at this through the content, so that way I know exactly what I'm looking for. So you'll notice that it brings right up here, Part 1, the functional behavior analysis. Everything that you need is right here for you. I'm going to use my arrow here to show you. So here's your FBA notebook, your family history. As I scroll down, sorry, I got to go back to my mouse here. Here's his school history. You can see here his school history. And I've given you 2 exemplars here as well. So that way you can go and you can look at those, and that will give you some good ideas as to what you're going to be doing. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my FBA notebook, which you've already done. You've handed that in to me. I will be sending back. I'm going to go through everyone's operational definition. You should not move forward until your operational definition has been approved by me. Okay. Now, on the next screen, you're going to go ahead and you're going to have a very quick check for understanding. Everybody back? Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to go to my FBA notebook, which I've already saved. It's going to have me make a copy of it right now because I don't have my new one yet. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to make a copy and make this go away. And then it should bring up a copy. It's going to take a second to do this. All right, so now I have my FBA notebook, right? You've already gone in and you've done your intro. That should be done already. And you also have done your background information. Remember, I'm showing you right here exactly what you need to be writing on here. So all your background information is going to go right over here onto this page. You create a text box and you'll be good to go. So you're going to do your background information. Got to go back to my mouse. Sorry about that. You've got some student rating skills. This would be something really good for you to look at. Don't necessarily need to do this, but you're going to have some really good teacher information that'll be coming up shortly. Okay, after you've done that, that's already been approved. You've got your operational definition. Now remember, you're not moving forward until you've done your operational definition. So make sure you do that. Again, that's only going to be one slide. I think I mentioned that before. So you can go ahead and delete slides as you're going through. Now, it's time to start your ABC data collection. You're going to be collecting 2 ABC data collection samples. I know it says here that it should be 1 to 2 hours. That is for if you're doing a full FBA. For the purposes of this assignment, you're only going to do 2. Now, this is where I'm going to go back to my D2L. First, here's your fillable form. This is the form you're going to use. So make sure you download 2 of them because you're going to need 2. You have 2 ABC data samples. All right, so when I go back here to my notebook, I'm going to take a second. You're going to see here we have your videos for your FBA. So you already did your operational definition one. Now you've got 2 ABC data collections. You're going to do both of these. They should be filled out on separate sheets. Remember, separate sheets. Then you're going to choose what type of data you're going to collect. You only need to choose one type. So I know in your notebook, it shows you a lot, right? It shows you duration, latency, permanent product, event, interval, time sampling, all those different things we went over last week in class. You're just going to choose one. The only one you may not choose is you may not choose permanent product. For the purposes of this, we're not going to use permanent product data recording. It doesn't make sense for what we're doing. If you were looking at some work samples, things like that, then that would make sense. Okay, so now you're going to choose your one type of data recording you're going to choose. Again, event, interval, time sampling. You could do duration or latency, but they probably don't make a ton of sense for this, for the purposes of this. So once you choose, you're going to go down here and you're going to go to where it says, I'm going to just choose event for right now. Okay. Then I'm going to go and get my fillable form. You can use either of these, one or two, it doesn't matter which. And then you're going to collect 3 of these. Again, you're making 3. Okay. The next thing you're going to do is here's your additional data 1, 2, and 3. So again, you have 3 forms, all of the same one. So you're going to choose event, you can choose time sampling, you can choose partial interval recording, whole interval recording, any of those are fine. But again, you're choosing one. That's all I'm going to go over for today. The next video that I make for you will be going over the FAST, but I'm not going to do that yet. This week, the rest of this week and going into next week, all I want you to do is your ABC recording and then your additional data recording. Each of the videos has plenty of time. That's all I want you to do. Okay, there's going to be a check for understanding at the end of this, so make sure you do your check for understanding. That's all for today. I will see you next week. Have a great week, everybody.